This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Colorado State Rams, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Rams will get this season underway as toe meets leather. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Washington's offense will go to work first. We've seen freshmen step into the running back position with big expectations many times. David, Herschel, Walker, Adrian Peterson, among others, and they hope that they found a guy like that here.
Well, and he's highly touted. He's got the skill set, obviously, highly recruited. Everybody talked about it. But this is a different animal, Palmer. Like when you come into this atmosphere and you got a bunch of full-grown men coming at you, I'm very curious to see.
Well, the seam on the left. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. A solid run there as he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line. All right, guys, let's chat for just a moment about Washington. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back. No one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll call for the fair catch here. So Colorado State's offense will go to work for the first time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They're working that left side. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. The Rams will snap it on 1st and 10. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. field. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Just drives it between the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
You're feeling really good about that, right? Brand new season, first drive of the year. The juices are flowing. You march the ball down the field. You don't get a touchdown, but at least you come away with 3 points. Very positive start to the year.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Dropping back, it's McMillan. Fires to the big fella. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
The gift to the single back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. When the Huskies are moving on the ground like this, you will bow down to Washington.
Yeah, and I tell you what, with all the rain they get out there in Washington, you better have a dependable ground game that you can go to and establish that tempo. Obviously, harder to throw the football in the rain, so dominant, physical trenches.
And the Huskies, now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. They're going to run it. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Quickly complete. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator?
What's wrong with you? Bro, you really just threw the whole PlayStation, bro. Dang! Dang! He just threw the PlayStation.
Oh my fucking god.
Bro, hey, come here, man. Come here. Hey! Bro, get up, bro. Go outside. What's wrong with you? Bro, you really just threw the whole PlayStation, bro. Hey! Hey! He just threw the PlayStation.
is wide open, and the Knicks have to be the favorites. No offense to the Pistons, but with the way the Cavs have fallen off, the Knicks have to be the favorites to come out east. It doesn't mean they will. We've seen them in advantageous positions in the postseason last couple of years. Sometimes injuries hit, sometimes the other team
The ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Fires to the wideout. He got it! So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. The Huskies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Slams it ahead. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You want to bring in your tight ends? You want to bring in more beef for that offensive line? I'm going to bring in more beef. Nice job by the defense understanding the situation. Red zone, field shrinks. I need more bigger personnel on the field, some big guys that can stop the run. Played the run well. Great job by the defense understanding the situation.
They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Colorado State is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll try to pass it in on third and goal. Right out trying to get it in. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Huskies.
Some of that was he's on the floor. They found something really confident in that. He should be a
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Syracuse is going to walk off the field there inside the Dome with a much-needed victory. They had this one circled on the calendars for some time, and regardless the score, that W has to feel good. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
With their full sort of figure out the actual identity of this team.
He'll bring it out. It's Avon. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Colorado State takes over the Ram. Offense returns to the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead down 7-3. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got a man. It's Dupree. He makes it up to the 20-yard line before going out of bounds. And the Rams with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. To the air on second down. And the quarterback is knocked down back to the 13. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he drops to throw. That's reeled in. It's Brown. Brought down to the 16-yard line, and that will likely bring out the punt team. The Rams will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. No fair catches here, looking for room. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Carr. Springs into the open. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Fight that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And the Huskies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
The short hands, it's Washington. He's out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
The icebreakers are supposed to be quick hitters. Everyone is taking
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Quarterback making adjustments. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Fires to the right. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Going right to work up top. Going to take a shot. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got an open man. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. And the Rams with the 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Wide open downfield. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. A shot toward the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, Rams.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Got his man quickly. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Finds a tight end down the gut. Makes a grab and a nice gain. Gets it to the 35. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. They're going to run it. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs Later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious, he is open. When he leaves the huddle, apparently he's open. A ton of catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him and finding him.
They'll try the left side. There he goes. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Trying to run it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Washington.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of a defense, right? They needed to find some way somehow to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Here he comes with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Seattle for an interesting first half than you? And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's head back to the gorgeous Pacific Northwest and the fellas at UW.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Washington ready to kick off to start this second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain? And the pressure was too much. They get it at the 15. The Rams will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Last time they had it, just an aerial assault. Precision execution, moved right down the field and put it in the end zone. On the move. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Fires to the middle. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was the guy the quarterback wanted to go to right from the jump, but a better job by the defense in coverage forcing the incomplete.
To the air, it's McMillan. Got his man down the middle. Just outside the red zone. If they pick up the first down, they'll spot it at the 22. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. On the ground, it's Washington. Turning it on. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. First and goal for the offense. Wants to go up top. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Husky. And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Arizona is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Teddy Bruschi had a hand in getting this kid to Tucson, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? They're trailing by 10 to Hawaii. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Puts it out of the air. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Avant. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to go up top. With the catch, it's Brown. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. And the Rams are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Wants to throw it. Throws for the tight end. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete. All that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
Fields the punt and looking for daylight. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll leave it with him. Running into the open space. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll ride the hot hand. Oh, he's got some space. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
Really nice run there. You've seen him do this a time and time again in this game so far. You've got the lead. We're way late in the third quarter now. Not going to surprise me if they just keep leaning on this guy a little bit. Keep force-feeding him the football because he is looking really good.
Looking for a man. It's McMillan. Under fire. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
It's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last two plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
The Huskies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Working that left side now. And he's knocked down.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Grab near the sticks. It's Carr. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Nice execution by this defense on second and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
One final play before the end of the quarter. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. We've reached the break. It's Washington holding the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Looking to pass, it's McMillan. Oh, they're after him! Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on fourth down. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Here's the give off the left side. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. This Husky defense, David, it's like they've got Vita Vea and Steve Emptman up front, Joe Tryon as a backer, and Marcus Peters in the secondary. There's purple everywhere.
You're right, from front to back. Guys up front of the defensive line eating them up, doing a great job in the secondary at linebacker. Complete performance from this UW defense.
He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. It's a seam wide open. Waltzes into the end zone, but he might be dancing the other way. There's a flag on the field.
Pass interference. Offense.
What a costly mistake and big call. They could have been right back in this thing, and now they'll have to try it again. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they
brings him to the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. He's up to 81 yards rushing, and he's making sure the defense feels him in this opening game. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for... And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Washington.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
Getting set for the point after. And now, with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Trying to escape and get it himself. And they're able to get him on the ground. The Rams headed quickly to the line. Wants to fire on second down. Pocket breaking down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. He hurls one deep down the left side. Makes the grab deep. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. Looking to throw on first down. Spins away from the defender. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. And the Rams in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wide receiver comes in motion. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Quickly complete. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. They'll immediately call timeout. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's first and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. He's looking to throw. Rushes on him. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Back to pass on second down. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Finds his big tight end. Big fella's not going to make it to the sticks, and it'll be fourth down. They want to get this defense on its heels. From the gun. Looking for the score. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. Taking it the other way. The 40. At the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Husky.
Dude, from 4th and goal, backs against the wall. You don't want to give up points to. I'm putting points on the scoreboard. What a play by this defense. Nice break on the football. Gets the pick. Finds the green grass and takes it all the way back for a touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35-10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, we don't get a ton of top 5 matchups, so let's check out how today's Rumble played out. Ohio State looked dominant in a victory that was never really in question. That offense had zero problem putting up points, not unlike the days of Stroud and Fields and so many greats before. This could well be the biggest game we see all regular season, and this outcome promises to be a real talking point.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Quick timeout call on the offense after the play.
I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to eliminate things. They want to get out of here and move on. Turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Second down, he'll throw it. And the Heat will get home. The quarterback goes down at the 17.
The defense puts an exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great.
Somebody
you
work
can tell they were
hard
dialed
and
into what was
intended to
going
work
on, and now just throw another
Somebody
sack in the equation,
fool,
getting the
intended to
quarterback
be a
being
fool.
disrupted. They've been all over the field.
Some people could break out of shit. Some people could change. It's like, I don't know.
Now third and long and trying to play catch-up
Yeah,
in more
she's
ways
a
than
easy
one after that
person.
earlier sack. Out of the gun, the running back has it. There he goes.
I don't really think that's
They'll make the stop about 30 yards short of the first down.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy second down situations with some positive runs on first down. They just need something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be in the future.
And
Some
that
people
decision
think it's
will be
bad for
questioned
you.
for a while.
They from the
How about
projects
the
and
defense coming up big
they
on
from
fourth
the
and short?
bad
You know
place.
they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box,
Family
getting the
fucked
big
up.
stop.
Shit don't matter. You got
This offense has it with really good field position. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock.
Don't care. Or
Looking for a crease. It's Washington. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. With the clock running, this should be the final play. They're still firing away even with this lead. And as the ball goes to the turf, the clock has hit zero. The old coaching cliche, go win or no every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to